Well, I took the tank back off yesterday. Hopefully fixed it this time. Added my lights the other day, added them in, got them done. Got the back wheels polished. I mean, they're clean, they're not polished, they're cleaned back up. They turned out pretty nice. Got chains back on the rack. I gotta get the other ones off my trailer and put them on there. I greased them all up. I stick a grease gun up in here and squirt about 3 or 4 things of grease. Then I spray them down real good too. It works for a little while. They're outside, what do you expect? Got my memory of my best friend got killed many years ago. Got him on there. I got the logo guy, Anthony. Finally got a hold of him last night, turned everything in, all my dimensions and everything. He's supposed to have my logos on, or logos done this by midweek, hopefully. So what we'll have to do is pull the truck back in and let him put the logos and stuff on. Got my lights on this side. I dressed this step back up. I worked on it for a good 30, 45 minutes trying to get all that stuff off, and finally done about all I could do without. I mean, it's an old step, but I got a little bit right there. I got to wipe it off, but got this thing here. I repolished on it just a little bit, cleaned this up a little bit better, fixed the handle. Got us some new weather stripping around both sides. Got the weather stripping in here. Should be good and tight. I got an auxiliary air line. A lot of times when you put an auxiliary air line on these tanks, they freeze up. They turn into garbage within just a short amount of time because it's out here in the elements. I had a piece of this hose laying, so I just hooked it up, routed it in. I got my auxiliary air line right there. So it's in here out of the elements. It's siliconed in real good. Silicone washered. It's good. Air hose is in there. My oversized banners are in here. I got one of my flags. I got flags on both sides. That way if you need to jump out of the truck when you're loading in the middle of the road, if you got somebody riding with you, as they jump out, they can grab them a flag. But I got a couple extra flags in here. In fact, I had another one. I probably better stick it in here right now while I think of it, wherever I can find it. I put you somewhere. Now, where'd I put you at? Oh, here it is. Some of these I've cut up to make those little magnetic things, but we'll probably put that in there too. They never have too many. Got the lights on this side. Got my broom stowed in there. Got my track shovel stowed in there. We got the lights up top. We got all them working. Got them all on individual switches. I had something else I was going to show y'all. But she fits tight. Didn't really do anything. The only thing I done is I put a spot of weld on it, and then I just took a hammer and just kept beating on a little bit till I got it to where it was tight. I got the inside all dressed, cleaned up, smoothed up, slicker than a minnows finger. We got all of our switches are on individuals. Got my gear keeper, it's always in the aggravating way. So this switch runs the center light, which is the big light. Then these, this switch, it runs the side light on that side. This switch runs the side light on this side. So they're all on individual switches, and the reason why is if I'm backing in somewhere or another, and say there's a house over here, And I don't want to be blinding them, or you never know. Them, one side might have something on that you don't want to be shining a light in. So that way I can flip them on individually. Then down here is our bubble light. And it shines pretty good. So we'll get out here and show y'all what everything looks like. Waiting on that daggone tank. But there's the side lights beaming out in the middle, and then there's, of course, you know that one. I think it turned out to be a really nice truck. There's some things on it that I wish that I could have done a little better on. There's some things on it I probably should have bought or done better on. See, we're in leak test mode right now. We jack him up and stand him up, and the leak was on this end, so we're really hoping that it's fixed. I love this truck and I love working in the shop, but I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to move on to something else. So, got everything clean. Got everything cleaned up good, and she cleaned up good. All the windows cleaned up. Anthony's gonna make me a big John Deere sticker for the back glass wrapped in American flag. So we're gonna put it on there just for a decor. Nice, pretty decor. I got my speaker mounted up here too for my CB. And I kind of tucked my wires and everything up. I should have done a little better job at that, but I didn't. I think it looks all right too. It cleaned up this general area. It cleaned it up pretty good where you can see this big scratch right here. That's from where these. God, I don't remember what I paid for these arms. I made a video and was complaining about it. I don't know if they were $100 and some a piece or something like that for each of those arms. But this point right here was wore plumb out to where the bolt that holds your wiper arm on laid down on me and put that big gouge on it before I could get the daggone things turned off. It gouged my windshield like that. So that was a learning experience. Everything, these wheels here cleaned up pretty good. Again, it's work truck class, people, work truck class. I went down to get some new airlines because I had a little, and I probably won't be able to find it now, Miss K. Ah, there it is. See, I told you, Miss K, I needed new airlines. Look here. You don't want me going up and down the road like that, honey. That thing pop on me. I ain't got enough black tape to fix that one. So I went ahead and I bought all new airlines and new electric connector. It all come as a kit. And it was just crazy deal. I mean, 160, 140, something like that. And I got the whole kit. So that was a no-brainer. I went ahead and put all new glad hands because the other ones were pretty junky. And usually if the rubbers are wore out on the inside, especially for what I do, I mean, they're going to last me forever. I don't drive a truck long enough. Here's my hot lines, my auxiliaries. I got them all wound up good. We just polished this up, cleaned it up best I could. It shows rust, but it's good enough for who it's for. And I think it looks better like that than painted black. Because I was going to paint it black to cover the rust up, and I was like, no, let's leave it chrome. It's rusty, but it ain't. You can't see that as fast as I drive. So I think she really turned out nice, folks. We got the angled mud flaps on the back. Of course, Worldwide Equipment. That's our local Kenworth dealer. That's where this truck come from originally. The fenders turned out nice. The half fenders turned out nice. I really like the way the truck turned out. Man, I hope this thing don't leak. I'll show you that real quick while I'm here. Now, I know I probably should have went ahead and patched all this, but the thing about this section is if this starts leaking, I can fix this with it on the truck. I can't fix this with it on the truck. There was one hole that I discovered after I started. Here is the hole that started leaking again, and then down here was the hole that was leaking that caused the problem. We're really hoping that that fixes it. Of course, I gotta clean out my blacked out taillights. I was gonna put LEDs in that anyway. That was actually a screw up. I was painting this and it went psh. So then I just went ahead and painted what I had to paint because I was gonna clean it up later anyway. But I got new lights to go in that. I just never have got it in there yet. But let me get up here and show you. I just love the way that looks. I mean, I think it really turned out nice. It's all the black and everything, just, you know, and again, it's a work truck, people. It's a work truck. And somebody asked me once, what are you gonna do if you knock your light off on a tree limb? I said, well, my stacks are gone. If I knock my light off on a tree limb, my stacks are gone. The way the steps, the way everything just kind of feels in nice. I think it really turned out to be a nice looking truck, to be a 22-year-old truck. And it's lived a hard life. It's 22 years. It lived a hard life, folks. It pulled these humongous drills. These drills weighed about between 30 and 35 metric tons. 30. Yeah, I think there were 30 metric tons, 35 metric tons. This truck pulled them, and then pulled the support trailers too, a lot. So this truck ain't been babied its life. It's worked, and then it's probably its easiest life will be working for me. And I'll work him for a few years, and then I'll decide if I'm going to cut the frame off and roll a set of Chalmers frame cut off underneath it and make me a tri-axle out of it, or what I'm going to do with it. But it'll be a while for that. In this case, I got to run this one for a while. As much money as I spent on it. But I really, really, really think she turned out nice. It's a good looking truck. It's going to be looking really good when I get all my logos and everything on it. Of course, everything's LED lighting. I replaced all the LEDs on the cab with LEDs. So she'll look good. So let's get this daggone fuel tank on there and see if hopefully she ain't started leaking yet. All right, folks, we got it on there. And so far, looks pretty dry. I don't see any evidence. Got everything bolted on, got all polished it back up. I got it needs to be sanded if you're gonna get it any brighter. But as the old saying goes, good enough for the girls I go with. We got it on there. Went after the trailer and drug my chains and binders off of it. Got them thrown on the floor where they can dry a little bit. We might run out there real quick and get the dump truck, maybe pressure wash the bed of it out. I think I'm gonna walk down there and see how bad it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there she is. Let's do us a light check here. Uno, dos, tres, go! Oh yeah, that ought to be real good when I go start loading everything up. Side. Good view on the front. Beautiful. I think we got her, folks. Do a little bit of adjusting here and there with the, we had to do a little bit of adjusting here and there with our light bars, but I think we got it. All right, let's get him parked.